Ready to play?
I didn't come to play. I came to win. Now let's play.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first video that I'll be doing on Tachyon the Fringe. Now Tachyon the Fringe came out back in 2000. That makes me feel old thinking about it, but you know, what can you do? Anyways, Tachyon the Fringe is a flight simulator very similar to Freelancer, which came out I believe 2 years ahead of this game. So you have a lot of the same sort of you know, mechanics and that sort of thing. This game though doesn't really have the cargo mechanics that Freelancer did. Freelancer, you know, you could go about trading and that sort of thing. In this game you have like a quest limited cargo. This game is also a bit more limited as far as its scope. Yes, you can travel a little, but it's only within the confines of the quests that you're actually doing. You have options of several different quests that you can do in each sector, but ultimately it's a lot more linear than Freelancer is, where with Freelancer you can pretty much travel around on your own without having to rely on the quests. At least once you get past the first, you know, few quests that open up the general world. So let's get started, see what we can do, and hope you enjoy. Now I have one little profile here that I started, but let's start a new one, name it Anubis, and show you the opening cinematic.
Jake Logan to Dillinger Control. I just finished the escort run with the Tallane. I'm coming in for some repairs and retrofits. Those CMI mercs really did a number on my paint job.
Understood, Logan. We've logged the completion credits into your account. Please refer to the job board for new contracts upon your return.
Yeah, no rest for the weary, huh, Dilly?
Welcome to Europa Starbase. You are cleared for docking.
Well, that's my life. One job after another. Always looking out for the big money, the big break that'll set me up for life. As long as the corpers have somebody to fight, they'll always need guys like me.
Alright, so as you can see right here, this is kind of similar to how Freelancer had it set up, though instead of having to go to different rooms, you're all pretty much located in one area. So we have a galactic map that shows what we know of the known galaxy. There's actually 7 different sectors here? Yeah, 7 different sectors that you can eventually get to through the campaign. Right now you only know about the 2, the Sol and just a little bit of the hub. But right now we're really just sort of located here in Sol, with Earth, Luna, the Moon, Europa, that sort of thing. So let's go back to the control room here. TNS
Tachyon News Service rated #1.
Corporate disciplinary hearings for PPS and Oberon.
Yeah, you have a bunch of little news stories that come up, you know. Story-wise, you know, Venus is almost done being terraformed after nearly 200 years. So, other than that, nothing too big. Oh, a daring pilot risks life to save shuttle. That just happens to be about Jake Logan, who is the protagonist of the story. Another thing about Jake Logan is that he is voiced by none other than Bruce Campbell, who played one of the main protagonists in the Evil Dead movies, as well as a few other different shows. He played several different roles in the Spider-Man movies, or at least the Tobey Maguire ones, but he's definitely a good voice actor. As far as his voice acting alone, it probably gives a much bigger boost to this game versus Freelancer, and overall I think honestly the story in this game is probably better. I know Freelancer had some different, I guess, ideas going on at the time that it was made. Since there's that whole second cutscene that exists for the main cutscene, and the main cutscene was actually just like broken up portions of that larger. Let's get started. You go to the job board here. So let's see. First mission here will be instructor
Mr.
training.
Logan, good to hear from you. Welcome back from your brief vacation. I understand Mars is quite beautiful during the second summer. I bring a simple request. A new flight instructor has recently been promoted to the AGT Pilot Corps. Next week, she will begin training rookies in basic flight controls, targeting, and tachyon jump gate use. We would like you to test her basic curriculum for accuracy. We understand it might feel a bit awkward for a pilot of your caliber to take a basic training run, but it would be quite helpful to this instructor to have an expert as her first pupil.
Alright, so pretty much this is just a tutorial mission, but we'll be taking it just to go over it. Before I leave, I actually want to start out with 6,000 credits. You already have this basic glint light laser. I want to add a flare, medium laser, and a combat scanner before I leave. So let's get started and see where we go.
Mr. Logan, this is Junior Flight Instructor Lorna Kirkland. Thank you for assisting me with the training program today. I'm thrilled to be working with such an experienced pilot. If you have any suggestions on my technique before I do this for real, please let me know.
Sure thing, Lorna, you'll do great.
Okay, I'll begin. Welcome to the AGT Pilot's Training Course. Here you will learn the basics of piloting a starship. On the left side of your screen, you will notice a step-by-step objective list for you to follow during this session. Take a few moments to get accustomed to your ship's controls. Try turning and rolling. Adjust your speed with the plus and minus keys. When you hold down the tab key, your afterburners will provide you with a tremendous burst of speed. Notice the bar on the right side of your radar. This shows how much energy you have left for your afterburners. You'll notice it drains fast. In order to travel from sector to sector, you will utilize tachyon coil generator gates. Your navigational computer will highlight any gate you need to travel through to complete your current contract. If the gate is not in front of you, a gold arrow will point to it. I will now open the Luna TCG gate, which will let you travel all the way to the Earth's moon in just a matter of seconds.
Alright, heading to the gate now.
By the way, you can quickly autopilot through a gate by using the A key.
So apparently going to different profiles does not save your key configurations. Because on my other profile I set up a whole different one that sort of works better for me. So let's head to this gate and then I will change that after this mission.
Congratulations!
Yeah,
You made it to the Luna sector. Before jumping to Venus, you should practice the slide maneuver. Go ahead and fly close to the shipyard so that you have a nearby point of reference.
Okay, you got it.
When you hold down the Q key, your ship will continue heading in its current direction, regardless of which way you turn the ship. As soon as you release the slide control, your ship will begin heading in the direction that you are pointing. Sliding is handy for making quick turns or for keeping your weapon pointed at a target. When you are comfortable with the slide maneuver, fly through the Venus sector tachyon gate. Welcome to the Venus training sector. Here you will be able to practice your targeting skills on inactive space mines and moving unmanned vessels. Your ship's advanced targeting system will automatically locate the nearest enemy. The lower left-hand display will show relevant information such as the ship's name, allegiance, and its distance from you. Press the period key to cycle through all of the enemy mines. Notice that a bright red arrow in the center of the screen will point you to your target if it is not in front of your ship. Go ahead and destroy the mines. On the bottom center of your display, you will find your ship's radar. Objects that are in front of your ship will appear in and around the center box. Those on the outer edge of the circle are actually behind your ship. TCG gates will appear as blue dots. Allied ships will show up as green dots, and enemies will appear as red dots. Your current target is highlighted. Cycle through all targets with the bracket keys. You can also select a target that is directly in front of your ship by pressing Enter.
So yeah, pretty much for anyone who's played a flight sim before, this is a rather easy tutorial. And for the most part, the controls in this game are relatively simple. Unfortunately, you can't remap keys within a mission, because if you hit escape, it just brings you to leave the mission. So
if you have multiple weapons mounted on your ship, you can cycle the primary and secondary weapon slots with the 1 and 2 keys. The tilde key chains your weapons together so that they will all fire when you pull the trigger. If a weapon slot has multiple mounts, you can link them with the 3 or 4 key. Try destroying some more mines.
As I was saying, you have to do it while you are outside of a mission to remap the keys, but you can pretty much remap everything. There's also a good amount of selection between using a joystick, a mouse, or the keyboard. My personal preference is using a mouse, and increasing the sensitivity on it does seem to make the game much easier. But if you happen to have a joystick, you know, it's always helpful. Definitely wouldn't recommend playing this game with just the keyboard.
I am now turning on the moving targets. Go ahead and practice on these robot ships. A good strategy is to use the 9 key to have your ship automatically match speed with your target. Another trick is to use the Z key to engage your reverse thrusters to slow your ship down quickly. This will keep your enemy in front of you if it tries to evade you with quick turns. The lead target assistant appears as a small circle leading your selected target. When your target is within range, it will brighten. Place your crosshairs in this circle to increase your chances of hitting a moving target. Excellent! Now I'm going to teach you how to fight capital ships. The hulls and shields of large ships are generally strong enough to repel small fighters. To take them down, you will need to knock out important subsystems. Cycle through this freighter's subsystems using the semicolon and apostrophe keys. Find and destroy its power generator now.
Hey, I can do that.
Okay. The next thing you will learn is how to pick up cargo in space. Target the navigational buoy and head to it.
So as I was saying, you do have, earlier on in this video, you do have options for picking up cargo. You don't really have a cargo bay or anything like that. It's more along the lines of just,
Hey, these things are attacking.
I knew there was a surprise in this mission.
I didn't realize that minefield was active. Just let me figure out how to deactivate it.
Yeah, press the red button on your console. That ought to reset them.
Oh, there. Gotta remember not to let that happen to the rookies. Well, since you took a little damage, let's skip ahead and talk about your systems. Look in the lower right of your screen. You'll see an icon representing your ship and shields. If your front or rear shields took damage, you can transfer energy from one to the other, using the U and J keys. Your shields will also regenerate over time. If your hull is damaged, its icon will turn yellow and then red when critical. Unlike your shields, you must return to Starbase to get your hull repaired. To the right of the ship icon is your energy management system. Your shields, afterburners, and energy weapons all draw power from your engines. You can increase the speed at which these systems regenerate with the B, N, and M keys. Keep in mind, this will reduce the amount of energy available for your engines, which will lower your top speed until the system fully recharges. In emergency situations, you can instantly transfer power from one system directly to another. For example, pressing Y will automatically regenerate your shields with energy from your lasers. Be aware though, you will lose a little bit of energy every time you transfer from one system to another. Head to the navigational buoy when you are ready. Okay, back to picking up cargo. Target the nearby crate. Notice that your radar will only see small objects like this one from a short distance. When you fly in closer, your scanners will be able to detect what cargo is inside. You will be notified when you are within range to take it into your cargo hold. Press the Enter key to beam it aboard. Good job! You are now ready to head back to Europa. Notice that the objectives show your final destination, how many jumps it takes to get there, and the gate you need to jump through next. When you get back to the starbase, you can select your jobs from the contract list and reconfigure your ship with new weapons and system cards. Don't forget to read the galactic news and check for new ship upgrades in the hangar's configure screen from time to time. This concludes the AGT Basic Pilots Training course. I hope I did okay as your instructor.
Oh, you did fine. Don't you worry about trying to kill me back there. I won't hold it against you.
Thank you again, Mr. Logan. Feel free to use the autopilot key to dock with Europa Starbase.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell definitely adds a nice bit of flair in this game.
Well done, Mr. Logan. Ms. Kirkland has received an evaluation of her routine. Sorry about the malfunctions. Not that we had any fears that you couldn't handle yourself. The credits have been transferred to your account.
Alright, so before I move on to one more mission for this episode, I want to go and change up my inputs. Okay, this is all good. Secondary weapon. Let's put it as... That'll work. That's fine, that's fine. Afterburner charge, that's fine. Shield charge. Oh, these. I actually do want to change. Afterburner, we'll do that. Shield that and that. I'm used to a lot of the settings from X-Wing Alliance, even though it's been years now since I really played that game. It's still sort of something that I've gotten used to, so I still like that sort of setup when using the mouse and keyboard. What else is here? This I like to set as that. Slide is fine. Roll left and right, that's fine. Thrust, left, A and D. That's what I prefer. For autopilot, I'll use Shift A. Fine mouse control, that is technically... Well, that one's that. set that back to that. Afterburner, since I just messed that up. Okay, it's like right in front of me, I'm sure. Afterburner, there we go. Okay. So, for whatever reason, it's taking mouse 3 as my right mouse button. And it doesn't recognize mouse 4 or 5, but that's okay. We can survive. So, before we move on, you have these 2 basic repeatable training missions. They're really not of any use, so I'm not gonna really do with them in this. So we have escort mining vessel and security breach. Let's look at security breach.
Mr. Logan, we have a situation that could benefit from your talents. Dillinger-controlled deep scan reports a possible deployment of unauthorized surveillance equipment in our claimed space in the Kuiper Belt. The board is not interested in such competitive oversight. Proceed immediately to that location and reconnoiter the sector. Terminate any unauthorized devices encountered. We must maintain corporate security.
This sounds like a decent enough job for us. Anything that I want to add? I'll add a set of missiles. I don't really like using missiles in these kinds of games, but it could come in handy. Can these even small? They are guided. Okay.
Dillinger Control to Logan. Your clearance for departure at Kuiper TCG has been approved. Proceed to the Kuiper Belt and investigate possible intruders within AGT space.
On my way, Dillinger Control.
Dillinger Control, this is the Torrance requesting permission for departure.
Oh. That's one bad thing about doing autopilot in this game is you sometimes get those little blurbs that come out. And then you end up missing, like...
Sensors are picking up surveillance drones. Should be easy enough to take them out.
Yeah, doing autopilot, you can sometimes miss some of the more interesting things that are out there. Let's take care of these, and then should be easy enough to deal with.
Dillinger Control, this is Logan. I've located some surveillance drones. They look like PPS make. I'll find the ship that's dropping them out here.
Message confirmed, Logan. Remove all intruders from AGT space.
We do have some incoming ships coming. These darts don't do much in the way of anything really. Alright. There's the one difference between this. Yep.
Whoa, that's a big gun.
We are being attacked by an HC fighter. Send in reinforcements immediately. Take it easy on yourself. Log the failure and get out of here. AGT Group Crow to Logan. Dillinger Control sent us to help out.
Oh man, am I glad to see you.
We've got the frigate on radar.
I'll get those fighters.
Even though I almost pretty much have the frigate as well, since I've taken out its power plants. Maybe these Orions will do something. And come out. Alright, so this first little mission here really wasn't much to worry about. Yeah, we were against a little frigate, but the Orion that we took out is a pretty decent ship. Now there's, eventually as you'll learn, there's several different factions that you can, well, there's two different factions you can join. One has the ships that you kind of start out with, and a few others.
Time to head back to Europa.
And then there's also kind of like a rebel-like faction. As you'll learn going throughout this story, there's not really one united government out in these sort of wastelands of the Sol system and then beyond. It's mostly just corporations.
Control to Logan. Our scanners have confirmed your identity. Downloading flight recorder information. You are clear for docking.
All right, baby. Proceeding to docking bay.
Confirmed. Dillinger Control out.
Oh, no, I don't want to do this. Oops. Yeah. If you escape, you can potentially end up quitting the mission accidentally. So don't do that.
Superb work, Mr. Logan. We've scanned the wreckage of the drones, and though they are indeed of PPS make, their transceiver frequencies are registered to Core Mining Industries. Endless source of annoyance, that company. This should make our stance on espionage quite clear. Your credits have been transferred.
Alright, and also memo to all AGT pilots, chatter cannons, which is like a kinetic sort of weapon, and hunter torpedoes are now available. So fun and excitement. Alright folks, that is it for this episode of Tachyon the Fringe. I intend to do the main campaign. Haven't decided which faction I will showcase for this Let's Play. But hope you enjoy. See you in the next episode, and if there's anything you'd like to see, possibly which way I go in this campaign, feel free to leave a comment below.